you're just starting out as a beginner content creator, the Xtra Atto is a great option for you. First, it shoots really wide, so you get good perspectives when you're filming for vlogs and you're getting you and the environment around you in the shot. And you get a screen to be able to frame your shots with, which is also detachable. So you can use this as a monitor when you have the camera mounted somewhere. You can easily adjust your settings all from the Vision dock. It has great image stability, so if you're out running around making vlogs or creating action content, your footage stays smooth. But how do you get the best image quality from an action camera like this? Normally, the footage from action cameras is just too sharp and it looks unnatural. So how do you get more cinematic looking footage from a tiny little camera like the Xtra Atto? In this video, I'm going to show you how to get the best looking footage from an action camera like this. The first thing is to make sure you're shooting in the highest resolution, so choose 4K. The next thing is to get the right motion blur in your footage. That's what makes the video look like what you're seeing with your eyes, and when you move your hand, your eyes don't pick up 60 frames per second or 120 frames per second. Something like 24 or 30 frames per second looks much more natural, but there's one more setting to change. You also want to change your shutter speed to be double of your frame rate. So I'm shooting in 30 frames per second, and I want my shutter speed to be at 60, so it's double of the frame rate. Now when you move the camera around, it's going to look more like what your eyes are actually seeing. Now in action cameras, using the 180-degree shutter rule works, but not all the time. If you're just out walking around, you may not notice it. But when you start running or moving around with the camera, if you're doing more action sports, you're going to notice that footage can look choppy or jittery. That's because of the stabilization in these cameras trying to get the smoothest footage, and it sometimes just doesn't work. When the camera's moving around more, you start losing more quality. So you're probably saying, please tell me there's a fix for this. Well, there is. You can either increase your shutter speed or set the shutter to auto when you plan to shoot more action style shots, when you know that the camera is going to be moving around more. Or another fix on these action cameras is to quadruple your shutter speed. So at 24 frames per second, use 100 shutter speed. At 30 frames per second, you'll put your shutter speed at 120. At 60 frames per second, put your shutter speed at 240. Those two tricks should improve the footage quality and eliminate most of that jittery footage you may be getting when you're moving your camera around more. If you're just set up in a studio like this, that 180-degree shutter rule, it can work perfectly fine. All right, the next step to getting more cinematic footage from this camera is to switch your color settings from the auto color settings to log, or X log on this Atto. It's D log on my Action 5 Pro and Action 6. Shooting in log is going to look flat and boring, but it's capturing more details in the image and getting more detail from the highlights and shadows. Now when you bring that footage into your editing software, you have more flexibility when you edit it. You can adjust it more, you can add your own color grade style, without that footage breaking down like if you were just shooting everything in auto and then trying to adjust your shadows and highlights and add a color grade. If you're just jumping into using log footage and wondering how in the world you're going to adjust it, DJI and Xtra make it really easy if you use their apps to correct the footage with their color recovery all right there in the app. But if you want to create your own style, I would jump into an editing program like DaVinci Resolve. That way you can get your own special look. You can adjust temperature, your color shade, your contrast, and so much more. Then you can just use your edit every time you shoot something new without having to adjust every single clip individually by creating a power grade and put that on all your clips. Comment below if you want me to show you how I create power grades in DaVinci, and maybe we can get into that in another video. So you've switched to log, you have your frame rate and your shutter speed set on your action camera, but when you shoot in bright conditions, your footage is just way too bright. Great, everything's now ruined. Not yet. When you get your frame rate and shutter speed set to a fixed value, you will get more light coming into the camera sensor, and that's where ND filters come in. ND filters are like sunglasses for your camera lens. So if you're watching this and you have an Atto, you may be wondering if there's any hope for you, because As far as I know, there's nobody making an ND filter for this specific camera. Because the Atto has a square lens there, currently isn't an ND filter being made specifically for this exact model of camera. But if you have an Action 5 Pro, an Action 4, or an Action 3 filter kit, they will fit on to this lens. Just don't expect to go dirt bike riding or you may lose your filter. This lens is the same size, but these filters aren't made specifically for this camera. They do fit on here. So if you're just doing vlogs, these will work just fine for you. This kit has different levels of ND, ND8, ND16, ND32. Most of the time, I'll just use ND16 or ND8 unless I'm shooting in snow or beach scenes. And you can hold up the filter to the lens and see what looks best before you start shooting. All right, another secret to improve the quality out of this camera is to remove some of that sharp action camera look. In your image adjustment settings, we're going to turn the sharpness down, and on this camera it's called the texture and noise reduction. I have mine set to -2, which turns down some of that sharpening effect and gives you a smoother image right out of the camera. Now, one more setting to help with your exposure is the ISO. I like to keep mine set in a range or to one specific setting so the camera doesn't jump around drastically trying to adjust for the changing light. Setting the ISO to a range of 100 to 3200 will make sure that it doesn't go too high and blow out your footage. If you're going to be setting up your camera for a static shot like in the studio shot or just set up in a restaurant or something, you can set it to a set value. Most of the time I'll leave mine set around 400 ISO, and then if you're going to be filming on the go, then set it to a range so it can adjust a little bit in the varying light. Now, you don't want to just leave your camera set to the widest focal range that it can do. You'll look like a fishbowl and the edges are going to be warped and it just doesn't look cinematic. It just looks like an action camera. So I like to switch this to just the standard field of view. This will make it look like you're just using a regular camera like this. If you're wanting some POV shots, you can use the wide field of view, but if you want it to look more natural, then switch to standard. Standard is going to de-warp the edges and you'll be able to blend the footage from this action camera to a mirrorless camera if you need to. All right, next is stabilization. Now, if you watch my video on how to set this camera up as a studio camera, then you know my trick for the horizon balancing setting. But if we're just going for good stabilization and a natural look, then we just want to use Motion Master or Rocksteady, or just usually the first stabilization mode that these cameras have will give you the best results. So hopefully this video helps you get better footage out of your action camera like the Xtra Atto. And if you have any other questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.